This rivalry dates back to 1946 when Jackson State was known as Jackson College. And they played Alcorn State a total of 84 times with the series record being 45, 29, and 1 in which Jackson State leads. This game to many is still known as the Soul Bowl or the Turkey Day Classic or even the Capital City Classic. We'll have many of the fans pouring into Jackson, Mississippi this weekend, cheering their teams on, talking a bunch of trash. The band's going to be ready. And I already know the food going to be busting down there this weekend because, hey, when you say soul, I know you're talking about chicken, you're talking about fish, you're talking about grits, you talking about all that good stuff. You get what I'm saying? That soul food, the greens, all that good stuff, macaroni and cheese. I know the tailgate's going to be off the chain this weekend. And like I said, many of the people, they still call this the Soul Bowl. I do apologize. I won't be there. As you can hear in my voice is kind of gone. I'm just getting back from Virginia a couple of days ago, and I've been a little bit under the weather. But you know what? I will definitely be there for the SWAC championship game. You mark my words on that. The tickets are already purchased. That's on everything. But hey, not to mention for both of these teams that's going to come in playing this weekend, you got the young Lion getting ready to take on the old Lion. You got Legendary versus the Trigger Man. You got Big Mac versus Coach Prime and the Jackson State Tigers. Guys, I'm telling you right now, hey, it's going to be off the chain. Hey, folks going to be hanging from the rafters talking about this game, how crazy it's going to be because as many people have already put it, this game is just one of them games where, hey, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out. And you know what? We're going to find out just how much of a knockdown, drag out it's going to be because you know what? The trash talking has already started. And the biggest question I have is, can Jackson State continue with their sweeping of the SWAC this season, or will the Trigger Man and Big Mac come into Jackson and say, hey, time's up. You got everybody else, but you didn't get us. So we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing right now. We're going to break it down as far as what all needs to take place because you know what? Alcorn State is definitely still playing for their playoff lives. They're looking to beat Jackson State this weekend and hope that Mississippi Valley State can knock off Prairie View A&M next week when they play. They're not playing this weekend, they're playing the following week. So, guys, let's go ahead and tap on in this thing right now. You know your favorite coach back at it again, 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. Hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share these videos. Don't forget, tap in a friend or two. Tell them to come on. You can also follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to get straight to this thing because you know what? Hampton had already set the stage with the trash talking after they beat Southern University last week for them to become the 2021 SWAC East Division champions. And you know what? When you say Alcorn is next, that means you got to have your big boy pants on, ready to go to war, and there's no excuses if you come out there and fall flat on your face. And I'm sure Coach Prime is going to make sure that Jackson State does not do that. But you know what? Coach Mack, on the other hand, he's going to make sure that those Braves are ready to come in there and knock your block off to help you understand that, hey, you got to beat us. You haven't beat us. You're talking, but you haven't beat us. So you know the trash talking is going to be going back and forth. After hearing that statement from Keontae Hampton, I threw all the daggone stats out the window because I said, you know what? We got players popping off already saying that, hey, that somebody else is next. You put them on the clock. Hey, that's some of that little league stuff right there that we do around here, telling folks that, hey, you on the clock. So, hey, Keontae Hampton, if you're letting them know they're on the clock, son, you better show up. You better show up and make sure your teammates got your back, front, side, and ready to rock and roll and get this thing done. Because I'm telling you, just looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. And if the Braves beat Jackson State and Mississippi Valley State beats Prairie View in 2 weeks, guess what? Jackson State will have to play Alcorn State again in the daggone SWAC championship. Who wants to see that happen? Last time I've seen that happen to a team, it got dangerous. And guess what? The team that allowed the other team to get into the playoffs, they ended up getting it behind sent home. So Jackson State, there is still a lot on the line. So please come out there and make sure you handle your business this weekend. As we already know, both of these teams are coming off wins from the previous weekend. Alcorn beating Prairie View A&M and Jackson State beating Southern. Now, the Braves offense have been pretty much decent for the most part of the season. Things are starting to gel together a lot more than in the beginning when they first played their game against North Carolina Central University, where some things looked a little lethargic out there. It was too much folks trying to be Superman instead of staying within the system to make sure that the car continues to go in the manner which has been going previously. Felix Triggerman Harper, he's going to lead those Braves along with Nico Duffy and Stafford Anderson with the running game, along with those receivers, LaCharles Pringle and C.J. Bowler. Listen, you already know Bowler can pop the top off that thing at the drop of a hat, and Pringle is not far behind from doing that as well. So the Jackson State defensive backs, they got to make sure that they're very well aware of where those two young men are out there on the field at all times. And not to mention the Jackson State defensive front, you guys need to make sure that you know where Triggerman Felix Harper is in the backfield if he's standing back there in that pocket, because if you let him stand there too long, guess what? He's going to carve you up like a surgeon, because if he's standing on his spot and he can get that ball to his receivers, man, it's going to be open season. And I know daggone well y'all ain't going to want that to happen. So you better make sure everything is good to go from that standpoint. I can see Jackson State running a little bit of man zone out there as far as on defense with the defensive backs. I already know Nugget Island's going to be on his own, and I'm sure he's probably going to take C.J. Bowler on as covering him in that defense out there. So that's going to be one great matchup to look at as well. Your defensive front, and say this again, make sure you guys stay disciplined and continue to know where Felix Harper, Nico Duffy, and Anderson are out there on the field, because guess what? Felix Harper has sent Anderson and Duffy out on wheel routes or sent them out on flares, coming out the backfield, just dumping the ball to them if there's nobody out there to cover them. So, guys, you got to this week, you got to make sure you're dotting all I's and crossing all T's. Because this, hey, listen, they don't call this man Triggerman for nothing. He'll pull that thing back and let it go ASAP. But you know what? The key ingredient definitely is going to be making sure he doesn't get comfortable in that pocket. Making sure you're gap containing and you're not allowing those lanes to open up for the Alcorn State Braves to run the ball up and down the field with Duffy and Anderson. I'm telling you right now, they run the ball up the middle with the best of them. I mean, it is what it is. Now, JSU offense on the other side, you guys got to find a way to establish the run this weekend. I mean, it's just period, point blank. I mean, we know Shedeur Sanders will pull that ball down, take off at the drop of a hat if that pocket collapses on him. And, just to get those extra yards, continue to keep moving those chains. J.D. Martin and Peyton Pickett, hey, you guys got to impose your will on that defensive front up there for the Alcorn State Braves, letting them know, hey, listen, you guys will not be denied when it comes to running the ball. Get out there, shoot, hit it, man. You got to blow and go, baby. You got to blow and go this weekend. Let them know that you ain't taking those shorts. Hey, like I said, this is what champions is all about. When you get the crown, either you're gonna stand up and defend it, or they're going to come knock your block off and take it from you. So this is the week, guys. You got to put up or shut up. And there is no extra talking going on, because guess what? When you get to that SWAC championship game against whoever it is you play, be it PV or Alcorn State, guess what? It's going to be the same out there as well. You got to come with your A game. Now's the time to start getting this thing rolling. You come too far to start going backwards. Now, Alcorn State is going to see if they can make sure they can keep Jackson State one dimension, meaning force Shedeur Sanders, QB1, into making some crazy decisions out there on the ball as far as with throwing the multiple interceptions like he did in the Southern game. Those receivers for Jackson State, they're going to have to get out there and get after it as well, because you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. The Braves defensive backs, they do fall asleep at the wheel from time to time and allow big plays to happen to them out there on the field. And I'm sure QB1 is well aware of that and will be looking to take advantage of that at every opportunity that they can. The Braves defensive front, they're going to need to make sure that they're able to gap contain and make sure they maintain to keep QB1 Shedeur Sanders in the pocket, or keep him within the pocket and not allow him to have lanes for him to pull the ball down and take off and run and keep those chains moving as well. Like I said, the matchups out there is going to be phenomenal. Newman, I don't know who Coach Mack is going to put up against Newman, if it's going to be another corner that they're going to put out there or a safety against Newman because of the speed, or they're going to allow Newman and one of the linebackers to for Alcorn State to line up against Newman, in which, to see if he can actually cover him out there on the field. Like I said, that's going to be another phenomenal matchup, not to mention the matchups with the Jackson State receivers, as well as Jackson State receivers against the Alcorn State Braves defensive backs. All I know is this is going to be a great chess match between two coaches. Again, the coaches are not playing against the coaches. The kids out there on the field are the ones that's playing. Special teams is going to be big as always. JSU, you're going to need to make sure you're able to come out there and kick field goals and get the extra points, because guess what? Every point is going to count this week, because Alcorn State is going to be looking to come out there and take advantage of every miscue that Jackson State leaves out there on the field. So understand one thing. This is the week that you got to make sure everything is crisp and clean. If not, Alcorn is looking to come in there and hang that L on you. But you know what? Like I said before, this is going to be one interesting game. And I'm waiting to see what the freshman against the senior quarterback is going, how this thing is going to look. We saw how it looked last week between Andrew Body and Akil Glass in the Alabama A&M versus Texas Southern game, in which it was a straight shootout. And I'm telling you right now, these young quarterbacks is letting these senior quarterbacks that's leaving their programs know, hey, the SWAC is in good hands with the quarterback play. Trust and believe. But hey, leave your comments below and let me know how you feel about all of this right now. What's your thoughts on this game? And until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. And remember, guys, be the one and lead.